Well, I'm doing another sermon preview. I'm going to be speaking tomorrow morning in Riverton First Baptist Church. I'm really excited about it. It's a pretty, from what I hear, it's a pretty big church. But size isn't really what matters. But tomorrow what I'm going to be speaking about, the title of my message is At Loss But Not Alone. See, each and every one of us face times in our lives of loss. We all fall in seasons of hardship. But it's in those seasons of hardship that we find who we really are. Some of us have fallen on times of hardship that are worse than others. To some people may have lost a family member, some people may have lost a job, maybe going through financial difficulties. Others may be going through just a very hard time in their Christian faith. Each and every one of us fall in times of hardship, but it's how we deal with that hardship is what's going to determine who we are. See, at one point in time, each and every one of us have asked the question, why do bad things happen to good people? And that's one of the questions that I want to try to tackle and get to with this sermon, is why do bad things happen to good people? So this is kind of a message that has a lot to do with suffering and wrongdoing. And so where I feel like is a good place to start, and my text for this message is going to be found in Job. And we see how Satan comes up against Job, and he comes up before God, and he speaks against Job, and God says, "Oh, look at Job. This is an awesome guy. He's all out for me." And Satan's like, "Yeah, but that's just because you're protecting him." And he's God's little kid, so no one can mess with Job. And he said, "Well, if you just take that away from Job, then we'll see who Job really is." So we see Job, he had everything. He was a billionaire among billionaires. I mean, he was more rich than Bill Gates. He had everything going for him. And he was a religious person, which kind of blows the whole thing out of the water about Christians have to be poor and Christians have to be miserable. That's not true. Look at the life of Job. He had it all going. But you see, after all of this, as Christians, we can't lose sight. Even when things are going good, we can't lose sight of God. We've got to hold on to God throughout the thick and through the thin, when things are going good and when things are going bad. We have to praise God in the good times and praise God in the bad times as well. We see Job, when this hedge of protection was taken away from him, he lost all of his family members, he lost all of his wealth, he lost everything. He still stayed faithful to God even when his friends questioned him. And so you see, it's not for us to decide, what we're going to do with our lives. And we should not trust ourselves with our life, but we should put our life, our future, and everything, all of our dreams, and we should sacrifice those to God, because God knows best and God will take care of us. So we have to hold on to God through it all, because God is not something that we can push away when things are going good. And then when things are going bad, cry out to God and be angry and ask God, where have you been my life? Where have you been all my life? You don't write me letters anymore. You don't speak to me. You don't help me out. Where have you been, God? Because it's in the tough times and the hard times that when God is right there with us even more. God is there to pick us up and carry us through the hard times. So that's my message tomorrow in a nutshell. That we have to stay focused on God. That even when we feel like we have lost everything and we're in times of hardship, not to lose sight of God, because God cares for you. God knows the plans He has for you, the plans to prosper you, the plans to do you good, the plans to give you a future. And Paul tells us in Romans that all things work together for good to those who love the Lord. So that's my message to anybody who's watching this video online. Just stay faithful. Keep the faith. Keep the good fight of faith. Don't give up. Don't grow weary in well-doing. Just keep fighting the good fight of faith. And keep your eyes fixed on Jesus Christ, because He cares for you.